Hi guys, it's Anna, and today we are going to make a card and a memorydex card. And I have been dying to get back to making videos, and so this is going to be my little beginning to get back. So let's get started. We're going to make this card here, which is not a full-size card. It measures 4.5, well, I'm sorry, 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So it is 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. I really loved how this turned out, so I wanted to share with you. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there, but I really love all that shimmer. And I also made this memorydex card, which is along the same similar color scheme as that, but I really liked how it turned out. Very simple, and it is easy, and I wanted to share with you. I did use some close to my heart stamps. I used this one, which is the stamp of the month, and they do currently have starting with the months of the year, and this is February, and I used the cupcake and hay sugar, and this is their, oops, I got this in the wrong one. This is the months of the year. Sorry, I put the packets in the wrong one. So this is actually the packet for the months of the year. This is the stamp of the month, the doodle borders. And this is the months of the year, which they're going to, right now they have January and February out. And then March 1st, they'll have March, April, and then, you know, so on and so forth. And these are going to be available all year to my understanding. But I wanted to share with you what I made with them. So these are the ink colors that I have, is the black, the glacier, and the flamingo. And we're going to use some distress ink and a blender. I love this. Thanks, Iman, for getting that for me. And we're going to use some Prismacolor pencils and some Gamsol. So I do already have my little cards already cut. I used this thin cuts and this for my memorydex card, which I got this off of AliExpress, and this is from Close to My Heart. And I think that's it, and if I do anything else, I'll let you know as I go along. I'm kind of out of practice here. So let's open up our stamp, and I'll put them in the right envelopes after this. So we'll use the cupcake and the hay sugar. So I'll put that back there. And this is really cute. I like this doodles because you can do it with anything. I'm going to use, actually I'll just leave it out because I think I'm going to use a few different ones on there. I'll sit that there. Excuse me. I have missed doing videos. I've missed crafting. So I'm so happy to be able to get started on this again. There we go. And I think I'm just going to use this long one for that. So we're going to stamp it in black ink. So let's do the memorydex card first. I think I'm going to do 2 of these. Do hay sugar. I like this, it's so cute. Okay. So I'm just going to put the lid back on that. And I'm only going to color one of them. So let's use a brown. Love coloring. It's just so therapeutic. And Gamsol is odorless mineral spirits, and what that does, it actually spreads the ink. So that, or spreads the colored pencil to make it look smooth. And I think I'm going to go in with a darker brown just to give it a little bit of depth. And I just traced along the lines just to give it a little bit of oomph there. So now I want to find that green. I have all my color pencils in this little cup here, and I want to use that one, and there we go, some turquoise, and let me do some pink. So color the cupcake green, this very pale green. Then I want to find, I have a bunch of blending stumps that I keep here on my table, and I just look for the color that matches it the best. I really love this color combo together. So along the swirl of the cupcake, I'm just going in with the turquoise. And this is the light aqua, actually, is what it's called. There we go. And just using the same color of the green and just kind of like going along the edge of it just to blend it in. See, doesn't that, oops, where's my little camera? There we go. It's pretty. Then I'm using this pink, and I'm just half coloring it. Just like that with a pencil, if you can see that. Then I'm going to take a pink blending stump. I have a jar somewhere, I don't know where this is. This is by Inky Antics Gamsol, which is the odorless mineral spirits. You can also use something that you can find from Michael's, which is called Terpenoid, which I do have, and however, I don't know where it is right now until I get my craft room unpacked. So I'm just going where I just colored it and pushing it up into the area that I didn't color. like that. Gives it a little bit of dimension. So let's go ahead and do the lid on that. So I want to take this stamp here, but then I'm going to get a smaller block. Okay. So I didn't want to leave it just plain like that, so I wanted to add another color in it just to bring it together. So that's where I came in with this arrow stamp or chevron, and I'm going to do it in pink, so which is flamingo. Didn't want a bright pink, I just wanted a nice little pink. So I just stamped it, and I'm just going to point up to the G, and then I'm going to point down to the G, just like that, just to give it just something else on the card. Nothing really fancy, although I like fancy. All right, so move that over, and let's do a little, let's give it a little platform. Let's try this beige. So gotta have my cupcake sitting on something. There we go. Now I want to, because if you notice how white it is, I need to soften it up, and I'm going to use this brush. My friend Iman bought me 3 of these, and it's the brush. It's the same thing as the other handled brushes, but I feel like you have more control over this, which I really love. So, and I'm just like smooshing it on my brown and going around the edge of it. Then we'll do it around the other side of it, just around all the edges. Oops. And that kind of softens it up a little bit. All right, now let's see. Excuse me. I'm gonna do my card. I'm going to cut off that little niche right there. So I'm just going to use some scissors. So, and I have some paper here that came from a 6x6 paper pad. I borrowed this from Iman and when I was at her house, and I don't know what paper pad it's from. She let me raid her stash since I didn't take anything with me. So this is just a piece of scrap from that. So I took a sheet, 2 sheets out of her 6x6, and and then this is just what was left over. So there's my pieces. What I need to do now is cut these in half, because you're not going to see all of it. There. I think I need to get closer to the edge of this. It's a great stash busting. That way you can use your scraps that you have and get it done. So just try to line it up with that. And if it doesn't line up exactly, it's no big deal. There, just like that. So that looks very ugly right now, but we're going to cover it up. So just pushing down all the edges. There we have it. I got something right there, but I'm going to erase it off once I find my eraser. So I'm just going to use my white eraser and just erase that off. There we go. Blend it back in there. There. So cute. All right, so that's card number 1, and I'll spray these here shortly. memorydex card number 1. So let's put together the card. I went ahead and colored this guy here. And so he's already colored. Now I'm wanting to, this is the cardstock. I think this is Tailored Expression. So I want to go around the edges with this brown again. I love this thing. And you look how drastically it changes that color. You really only have to go around the edges of it, only because you're not going to see all of it. You're just going to see that much of it. So, and then here's the other part of the card. So I'm going to just ink around the edges of that too. Look, it really picks up a lot of that ink. And this is an old ink pad. It's not like fairly new. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for this. Okay, so let's put the lid on this. And let's stamp this. I'm going to use the Glacier. I love this mint color. I feel like it matches it really good. And this is just some dots that were in there, so I'm just going to stamp around the edges of this just to give it some texture. So cute. I love this. All right. I actually got more stamps in. I can't wait to make some more things for you guys. So that is that color there. And let's put this down. I can't really tell which one's up and down. I think this is this. And then this. I think it goes this way. And then this. know what? I'm going to put some more glue on this. There. So now I'm going to go to my sewing machine and sew around the edges of this really quickly. Okay, just cleaning up the back of this a little bit. Actually made a mistake and did a little zigzag right there, but that's okay. That's a happy little mistake. I like how it turned out. So the next thing I'm going to do is put my needle back in my glue so it doesn't dry out. And grab my box. This is just a box, and I'm going to sit my cards in there because that's what it looks like now. Like that. I'm just going to sit it down in there. And my memorydex card. 2, and I want to spray it. I think I'm going to spray it with some silver. Spray it with this. So love it. Okay, so there we go. Let's just put that down on the floor. So that's a little damp right now, but it'll dry. But look how cute that is and so sparkly. Same thing as for this little memorydex card. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so that is what I made. So it looks just like this. And then this one is like that one. So a good friend is going to be getting one of these. And I always make one for my stash because I really like how it turned out. So it turned out really cute. Thank you so much for staying with me through this. And I will be back soon to share more things with you. Bye.